Viscount Enomoto Takeaki was a samurai and admiral of the Tokugawa Navy of Bakumatsu-period Japan, who remained faithful to the Tokugawa shogunate and fought against the new Meiji government until the end of the Boshin War. He later served in the Meiji government as one of the founders of the Imperial Japanese Navy. Biography. Early life. Enomoto was born as a member of a samurai family in the direct service of the Tokugawa clan in the Shitaya district of Edo. Enomoto started learning Dutch in the 1850s, and after Japan's forced opening by Commodore Matthew Perry in 1854, he studied at the Tokugawa shogunate's Naval Training Center in Nagasaki and at the Tsukiji Warship Training Center in Edo. At the age of 26, Enomoto was sent to the Netherlands to study Western techniques in naval warfare and to procure Western technologies. He stayed in Europe from 1862 to 1867, and became fluent in both the Dutch and English languages. Enomoto returned to Japan on board the Kaiyo Maru, a steam warship purchased from the Netherlands by the shogunal government. During his stay in Europe, Enomoto had realized that the telegraph would be an important means of communication in the future, and started planning a system to connect Edo and Yokohama. Upon his return, Enomoto was promoted to Kaigun Fukasasai, the second highest rank in the Tokugawa Navy, at the age of 31. He also received the court title of Izumi no Kami. Boshin War and Meiji Restoration. During the Meiji Restoration, after the surrender of Edo in 1868, during the Boshin War to forces loyal to the Sacho alliance, Enomoto refused to deliver up his warships, and escaped to Hakodate in Hokkaido with the remainder of the Tokugawa Navy and a handful of French military advisors and the leader Jules Brunet. His fleet of 8 steam warships was the strongest in Japan at the time. Enomoto hoped to create an independent country under the rule of the Tokugawa family in Hokkaido, but the Meiji government refused to accept partition of Japan. On the 25th of December, the Tokugawa loyalists declared the foundation of the Republic of Edo and elected Enomoto as president. The next year, the Meiji government forces invaded Hokkaido and defeated Enomoto's forces in the naval battle of Hakodate. On the 18th of May 1869, the Republic of Edo collapsed, and Hokkaido came under the rule of the central government headed by the Meiji Emperor. As a Meiji politician after his surrender, Enomoto was arrested, accused of high treason and imprisoned. However, the leaders of the new Meiji government pardoned Enomoto in 1872, realizing that his various talents and accumulated knowledge could be of use. Enomoto became one of the few former Tokugawa loyalists who made the transition to the new ruling elite, as politics at the time was dominated by men from Choshin Satsuma who had a strong bias against outsiders in general, and former Tokugawa retainers in particular. However, Enomoto was an exception, and rose quickly within the new ruling clique to a higher status than any other member of the former Tokugawa government. In 1874, Enomoto was given the rank of vice admiral in the fledgling Imperial Japanese Navy. The following year, he was sent to Russia as a special envoy to negotiate the Treaty of St. Petersburg. The successful conclusion of the treaty was very well received in Japan and further raised Enomoto's prestige within the ruling circles, and the fact that Enomoto had been chosen for such an important mission was seen as evidence of reconciliation between former foes in the government. In 1880, Enomoto became Navy Minister. In 1885, his diplomatic skills were again called upon to assisting Ito Hirobumi in concluding the Convention of Shenzhen with King China. Afterwards, Enomoto held a series of high posts in the Japanese government. He was Japan's first Minister of Communications after the introduction of the cabinet system in 1885. He was also Minister of Agriculture and Commerce from 1894 to 1897, Minister of Education from 1889 to 1890 and Foreign Minister from 1891 to 1892. In 1887, Enomoto was ennobled the rank of Viscount under the Kazuko peerage system, and was selected as a member of the Privy Council. Enomoto was especially active in promoting Japanese emigration through settler colonies in the Pacific Ocean and South and Central America. In 1891, he established, against the will of the cabinet of Matsukata Masayoshi, a section for emigration in the Foreign Ministry, with the task of encouraging emigration and finding new potential territories for Japanese settlement overseas. 2 years later, after leaving the government, Enomoto also helped to establish a private organization, the Colonial Association, to promote external trade and emigration. Enomoto died in 1908 at the age of 72. His grave is at the Temple of Kisoji, Bunkyoku, Tokyo. Honors: Grand Cordon of the Order of the Rising Sun, Grand Cordon of the Order of the Paulownia Flowers.